Welcome to the most deleted, shadow banned, demonetized, censored, and trolled channel on social media. Recipient of the Patriot Warrior Purple Q Award. Hello, this is Dave from Net4Truth USA, Inglorious Patriots. It is Monday, February 17th, 2025, and the time now is 11:16 hours Eastern Standard Time here in beautiful southern North Carolina. We've been remiss in posting videos lately because we're doing a bunch of research, and I hope that if you're listening to this, you are subscribed to this channel. Please check to see if you're subscribed, click the bell and all that so you get notified when we post videos. You're going to want to see what comes next. The Federal Reserve is being audited, and so is Fort Knox. If you've watched any of my videos that mention 9/11, you will know that under the Trade Center, under World Trade Center 1 and 2, there was more gold than Fort Knox ever had. The last time Fort Knox was audited was 1975. There was, at the time, almost 4,600 tons of gold. Here is my prediction, and here's what I know. As a customer service representative for IBM, back in the day, before 9/11 in the 80s, I serviced the company that did the security for the World Trade Center. If you look through the photographs of the remains of the World Trade Center after it fell, you will see a big pipe in the wall going towards the Hudson River. That wasn't a sewer pipe, that was a pipe with a big ball valve that went over to the Hudson River that led into the vault. And the theory behind that was, since there was so much gold in the vault, if there was a breach, the alarms would go off. And a certain amount of time would pass where a security code had to be entered by two different people in two different locations simultaneously in order to abort the flooding of the vault. If those codes were not entered, the ball valve, which was a huge ball valve, would turn and the vault would instantly be flooded with water from the Hudson River, and it would drown anybody that was in there. The Federal Reserve Bank on Maiden Lane, only a couple of blocks away, is constructed out of stones that look like they were taken out of the pyramid. There's no way you would breach that wall with a plane. And to make a long story short, the gold in the World Trade Center, which was underneath the World Trade Center, was taken out before the Trade Center collapsed. And we'll get into this in a later video. But note the date, February 17th, 2025. I predict that the audit of Fort Knox will find no gold. There may be gold-plated titanium or gold-plated tungsten, which has the same ratio of weight to mass, which is how you figure out if something is made out of gold or not. And there's no gold in Fort Knox, hasn't been for a very long time. And I can tell you how you can prove this to yourself. Put the pieces together. Look at the change if you still use cash money in stores. Look at the change you get. It's neon steel brass pewter solder. It isn't precious metals at all. It literally isn't worth the shit that it's made out of. The money was stolen The real money, the gold, the silver, was stolen. Silver prices were $17 an ounce for a long, long time. Now, they're up to about $35 an ounce. And the reason it went that much is because they're losing their grip on the shorting of silver. Now, I am going to tell you at the end of this video, you will see my phone number. If you want a good deal on precious metals that you physically own and have $5,000 to invest, call me. I will set you up. I haven't put the link in the description yet because there's a lot of assholes out there that will troll and do stupid shit. But if you're serious about protecting the real money, the value of your hard-earned work, it's prudent to have some precious metals on hand, something that you can physically own. What the brokers have been doing for a long, long time is selling more paper silver than actual silver exists. And it is artificially deflating the value of silver. When the audit of the vaults at Fort Knox is done, and they find that the vaults have been emptied of gold and have been empty of gold for a long time, gold prices will triple, and silver prices will go through the roof, because there is no silver to cover all the contracts that have been written. People holding paper contracts for silver that they think they own. If everybody was to present those papers and say, give me my fucking silver, there isn't enough silver on the planet to cover that paper. That's a fact. Been saying this for years. Call me if you have money to invest. And it's not investment that's going to go bad, because the silver prices are going to go absolutely astronomical. Okay, so just a word of warning. It's only a few days, maybe a couple of weeks away, that we're going to see a report coming out of Fort Knox that there is no gold in Fort Knox. Has been robbed years ago. Same thing with the Trade Center. There is no gold. They stole the gold from your change a long time ago. When Nixon, Tricky Dick, took us off the gold standard, the money started turning into neon steel brass pewter solder. It ain't worth a lit fart in a wool mitten. The only reason it buys anything is because the fool on the other end of the counter thinks it's worth something. That bubble is about to burst. And our dollar is going to go the way of the Zimbabwe note, where they have, I have one, it's got $6 trillion, 6 trillion Zimbabwe notes or some shit. It ain't worth the shit. That's what your money is going to be worth as soon as they find out that there is no gold in Fort Knox. You think prices are bad now? You just wait. You ain't seen nothing yet. And this is the pain that's going to have to be inflicted in order to fix this shit. We got to find out where this gold went. And I wrote a letter to the president. You could scroll down on my videos and see letter to the president, open letter to the president. You ought to change the money. Make the U.S. dollar no longer legal tender. Print up new money that's counterfeit proof, that's tracked with serial numbers and embedded RFID chips to make sure that nobody's printing money. Okay? And then demand that, you know, and in order to exchange the money, if you've got like offshore bank accounts or some shit, you want to change that to the new money, you got to prove that you earned that money legitimately. Otherwise, you can wipe your fucking ass with it. That will fuck up all the Mexican drug cartels, all the human trafficking, all the weapons transactions, all the offshore bank accounts of all these people who have funneled money out of the U.S. economy under the down low with all these bullshit programs that they've been running for years and years and years and years. They're fucked. And all the banks that you think that the Swiss bank is gonna exchange that money, because they're gonna be on the line. If you can't prove that you earned that money legitimately, you are out that money. That's why everybody in D.C. is selling their house right now. The housing market exploded 600% on Zillow. People selling their houses, wanting to get the fuck out of Dodge because they know what's coming. And I'm telling you what's coming. Buy gold and silver today. Call me, I will set you up. You will get a nice deal from reputable people, and they will send it to you in the mail. Certified mail. You will have physical possession of real money. Not neon steel, brass, pewter solder, and paper that literally isn't worth the fucking paper it's printed on. See the next video. Thanks so much.
Ever since the Great Awakening, thousands of content creators like myself have been burning the midnight oil well into the wee hours of the morning, and millions of us who are awake are not getting enough sleep. Everyone knows that a good night's sleep is essential for efficient functioning of the cognitive processes that enable a person to discern truth from fiction and deep state-induced woke dementia. Well, years before I was asked to be an advertiser for MyPillow, I have been using their products. The first product I used was, of course, the pillows. I was impressed with the comfort, and I was able to fall off to sleep almost immediately rather than having to fight a bag of foam and trying to get comfortable. The pillowcases and Giza sheets are absolutely the bee's knees, and I have sets for the 2 beds I have in my home. Another thing is their body pillow. I suffer from a lumbar spine injury that is exacerbated by my preference to sleep on my side. Having the body pillow to roll onto alleviates the pressure and mitigates the discomfort, allowing me to fall asleep quickly. Mike Lindell, a great American patriot, has an entire line of quality products that everyone should try. Once you sleep with the pillows and sheets, you'll throw the ones you have in the garbage or donate them to Goodwill. If you go to www.mypillow.com, there is a link in the description. As a viewer and subscriber to this channel, you can buy anything in the store for 66% off. That's 1/3 of the retail price. Just fill your shopping cart and use promo code N4T at the checkout. Take it from me, folks, I've been using Mike Lindell's products since 2015. There is nothing like them on the market, and I say this with 71 years of sleeping experience. Don't forget, use promo code N4T at checkout.